What's going on, Horror Gang? Welcome to our Shop 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, so also hit that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about a recent Screen Rant article published 4 days ago by Jason Voorhees, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, titled Why Halloween's Reboots Trilogy Has Killed Friday the 13th. Before I do that, let's hit that intro. I shedding 6 times. Alright, gang, so let's talk about it. So, as I said, I ran across this article titled Why Halloween's Reboot Trilogy Has Killed Friday the 13th. The article was made by Jason Voorhees. Once again, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I didn't put any of, the article's pictures on the screen or whatever. I'm just going to read some of it here, while I have it in the article in front of me. Go through some of the quotes and stuff. And it starts off by saying, by resurrecting a more frightening version of Michael Myers, Halloween Reboot Trilogy has made Friday the 13th more redundant than ever. Regardless of the obscurity surrounding Friday the 13th's ownership, the Halloween Reboot Trilogy has already proven that there's no place in horror left for Jason Voorhees. The Halloween franchise was reborn in 2018 under the direction of David Gordon Green, and with the cooperation of series alumni like Jamie Lee Curtis and Nick Castle. As a faith following of the 1978 original, 2018's Halloween and its 2021 sequel Halloween Kills have been strong entries into the slasher genre and true to the spirit of the franchise. Friday the 13th hasn't been so lucky. Jason Voorhees has donned the iconic hockey mask since 2009, when the Friday the 13th failed to recapture interest in the franchise by retelling Jason's origins. Since then, the property has been locked in a legal battle between Sean S. Cunningham, representing Horror Inc., and Victor Miller, who wrote the original Friday the 13th screenplay, as we all know. Unfortunately, even with the lawsuit's recent resolution, Hollywood is no longer the place for Jason or a Friday the 13th sequel, reboot. Friday the 13th, a franchise that was born only to siphon success from the first Halloween film, has ironically been made irrelevant by Halloween itself. Very, very interesting. So, I want to get into it, and give my opinion on, part of this article. I vehemently disagree. Listen, guys, this is the movies, and this is the horror genre. No matter how good another slasher franchise, how successful they are, there will always be somebody who's going to pick up another classic horror genre and reboot it themselves. It's almost inevitable. I don't agree with you can't fit Jason Voorhees back into Hollywood or back into the horror genre. I don't agree that the new Halloween trilogy has rendered Friday the 13th forever useless. I don't. Jason Voorhees in himself is an iconic name alone. Just that alone trumps this whole idea. Just that alone. He's his own iconic name in himself. Granted, I understand that obviously Friday the 13th was kind of like a siphon, to the success of the original Halloween. But once again, even though it was a siphon, to the success of the original Halloween, it grew on to make a name for itself. And Jason Voorhees, the character, went on to become an iconic character himself. None of the Halloween sequels that preceded the original, 1978 classic stopped them, once they started making Friday the 13th, stopped them from making Jason movies before. So why all of a sudden, just because we have two good entries from 2018 and 2021 with Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, why all of a sudden is it safe to say that Michael Myers has basically canceled Jason Voorhees out of horror for good? I don't agree with that by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't. I still think you can definitely make a Friday the 13th a Jason Voorhees movie, a Jason Voorhees franchise. This is the horror genre. Like you can, this is the ultimate genre where you can obviously use your imagination and fantasy, etc. So the fact of Halloween having success doesn't, in my opinion, throttle future Friday the 13th films and possibly capturing the same success. We've seen it with Scream. Did the Halloween reboots have any effect on Scream 5's release? Or Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it? Absolutely not. And that's a movie that mimics Halloween to a T. Didn't stop them from making over 150 million at the box office. So I just don't agree with this article that Michael Myers, the new Halloween trilogy has now forever rendered Friday the 13th useless, and there should never be another Friday the 13th movie ever made. I'm not in agreement with that, you guys. I'm not buying that, because there were strong entries in the Halloween franchise, when Friday the 13th was being released. Halloween 4 was really good, in my opinion. That was well received by fans. Did that stop them from making Friday the 13th movies before? No. So I'm not understanding, and it's nothing against, the writer of this article, but I'm not in agreement with them. I don't agree that just because Michael Myers, in the Halloween franchise has been reborn to such great success, that throttles any chance of Jason Voorhees coming back and possibly having the same type of success, if not better success. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of the argument is that, Michael Myers is already considered the superior horror villain, horror icon, and that, in my opinion, yes, I agree with that. He is, in my opinion, he's ranked higher than Jason, and that's just in my opinion. But there are still some people out there that believe Jason is better than Michael, or at least a close second, and would still want to see a new take on the Friday the 13th franchise. There's plenty of fans like myself who would still love to see a Friday the 13th movie in this modern time. So again, guys, I'm not going to read the entire article. It's a lot, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to touch on those first two paragraphs and stuff and give my opinion on it, because I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that notion at all. I still believe that, you can definitely make a Friday the 13th franchise in this day and age, just like you can make a Nightmare on Elm Street, what have you, if it's done correctly and if it's, done by the right people. And obviously we have the right cast of characters, etc., and the story's right and it makes sense, but to say that just because Halloween is having success that we should not get any more Friday the 13th movies, in my opinion, is blasphemy. Because if anything, and you've seen it, like I said, with Scream, the success of Halloween helps the slasher genre side of horror in general. It helps in general. So that helped the success from these slasher films, such like Halloween, such like Scream, is only going to motivate studios and filmmakers to bring back titles such as Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. It's only going to increase their want to bring those old titles back and make money off of them. And we all know that it's all about money. So I'm definitely in disagreement, I should say. Definitely in disagreement with this article. I do believe that we can definitely get Jason Voorhees a new Friday the 13th franchise in this modern time, especially if it's done correctly, with a reboot and stuff like that. Now, if we get a reboot and it's, isn't well received like 2009's wasn't that well received, even though I know a lot of people who did enjoy it. I thought it was okay. But if we do get a reboot of Jason or whatnot and it doesn't get well received, then I can maybe sit there and it isn't a good movie, then I can maybe sit there saying, okay, maybe we should start throwing the white towel, you know what I mean, in terms of Friday the 13th movies. But just because Halloween is having success, it's in my opinion, it's just blasphemy to think that just because Halloween is having such great success that automatically renders Jason Voorhees useless and there should be no more Friday the 13th movies ever made. But that's my opinion, you guys. I want to hear from you. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this article. Do you agree with the writer of this article that because of the success of the Halloween franchise, that in all essence, there should be no more Friday the 13th movies ever made, and that you don't want to see Jason again because he will never hold a candle to Michael Myers? Or do you disagree like I do with this, with this article, and do you think that we can get a really good Friday the 13th movie / franchise in modern time? Hit the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. But once again, you guys, this is our Shine 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button and subscribe to the channel. Support is greatly appreciated, as well as hit that notification icon to get all these content updates to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Thank you for watching.